So I'll do 2 of each type just to make sure that we do understand this. So for these ones, I want to convert to standard form, which was in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0. The x term first, and then the y term, and then the constant equals 0. So in this case, I have to move everything over to the other side. So when I move this over, I get positive 2 over 5x plus y equals 0. Right? Notice it's still plus y because this was already on the left side. I never moved it. So it's like this. But what's wrong with this? Why is this not standard form? Yeah, the fraction. The a, b, and c has to be integers. So to get rid of the integer, we have to multiply everything by 5, right? Okay, so 2 times 5 divided by 5, I'm left with 2x. Y times 5, I'm left with 5y. And then 0 times 5, 0. Okay, so that's standard form now. Okay, this one right here. This one, a little tricky, but the same idea. So when I move this over, I get x plus 5 equal 0. This is already in standard form. Okay, it just doesn't have a y term. So if I were to list out my a, b, and c, what's a? Well, it's coefficient, so it's 1. What's b? 0. Good job. Because there's no y term, so b is 0. And what is c then? 5. Okay. And then, so let's go over the last 2 right here. Slope-intercept form means y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, b is your y-intercept. So to write this is simply y equals 3 over 5x plus 5. Okay. This one, same thing. Y equal 1x plus negative 3. But obviously, I can clean this up to make it more friendlier. So I can just write y equals x minus 3. Right? The 1 I don't need to write. The plus and minus sign becomes minus. Okay. Any question on these ones right here? I know some people didn't get to this page, so that's why I wanted to make sure we go over these couple of these. Are we okay? Are there any other ones that you want me to take up? We're good. Okay, so let's move on to today's. Today's built onto this. Okay, so let me hand this over. Okay, so now that we know how to put equations into y equals mx plus b form, we can graph it. Okay, so you notice here, this is in slope-intercept form already. What is my slope? What is my y-intercept? 3 over 4. Good. And your y-intercept? Negative 2. So when we graph it now, what we have to do is always graph your y-intercept first. Always graph this point first. Where's the y-intercept? On your y-axis. So negative 2 on your y-axis. Okay, so this is negative 2 right here. Oh. Right, makes sense? Y-intercept on the y-axis. Okay, and then from that point, I'm going to do my slope. Remember, my slope is rise over run. So I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, go up the elevator 3 floors. And then once I get out, what do? I run to the 4th door to the right, which brings me to my second point. Once I have 2 points, I can draw my line. There you go. Okay, so now Now that you know how to rearrange the equation, you know how to draw the line as well. Okay, let's try this one again. What is my M? What is my B? Good. Okay. Remember yesterday's, instead of just -2, sometimes I wrote the fraction as well. So if I were to write this as a fraction, this is -2 over 1. Good job. Okay, so what point am I graphing first? Your y-intercept. Always, always, always plot your y-intercept first. That's your starting point. So at 3, 1, 2, 3. So on your y-axis, where it's 3, plot that. Okay, my slope is -2 over 1. So what do I do from this y-intercept? Go down 2 floors. I went in the elevator. I go down 2 floors. Once I get out, 1 to the right. Perfect. And then it brings you to this point. Okay, and there's your line. Okay, notice these 2 points are a little close. So if I wanted to, I could go from this point and go another 2 down and over 1, and then get another point. Another 2 down and over 1 and get another point. Remember, your slope is the same between every point. Okay. So example C. Okay, what's my slope? What's my y-intercept? What's wrong? You have to rewrite it first, right? It's not always the number in front of x. You have to rearrange it. So that's why yesterday's homework was so important, because we have to rearrange it first. How do I put it into y equals mx plus b form? Perfect. And then? And then we divide. Yep. Divide everything by 2. So your negative. Good job. Teamwork. All right. What is my slope? What is my y-intercept? Good. Okay. So again, graph this first, which is my 4 on my y. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the y-intercept, and then from that point, I'm gonna go. What do I do from this point? Down 3 over 1. Perfect. A common mistake that people do is for the slope, they do it from here. All right, you never do it from the 0, 0. You do it from your y-intercept. That's why you always have to plot your y-intercept first. Okay, and don't forget to add arrows to your line, because your line technically goes on forever. All right, can you guys try this one? Take 30 seconds, try D. So again, it's in standard form. You have to rearrange it first to y equals mx plus b form. Okay, so everyone is trying D. Okay, try D. Try to rearrange it. Stay your M and B, and then graph the line. Okay, so this is my answer. This is what my line looked like with a y-intercept of 2 and a slope of -1/2. How many of you got that? Okay, good job. If you did not, it's most likely the negative sign that you guys missed. Okay, be very careful with the positive, negative sign. Looking at these 4 right here, what's your slope here again? Slope. 3/4, which is a positive slope. So your line goes this way. This one, what's your slope here? -2, negative slope. So your line goes this way. This one, your slope is -3, so your line goes this way. And here, -1/2, so your line goes this way. Okay? So the direction of the line also helps you verify your answer so that you know if it's correct or not. So what does slope measures again? Steepness, perfect. So looking at these 4 lines, which one is the most steep? Which line looks like it's the steepest out of the 4? C. How do I know? Like if I know that some of you were figuring, is it this one or this one? How do I tell which one is more steep?
You look at the slope, -2 and
Right. Right. The higher your slope, the steeper your line. So even though -3 is a smaller number than -2, but we take just the number itself. So this is the most steep. Most steep. Okay. And so which one is the least steep then? A, B, or D? Which one is the least steep? Again, that's taking a look at your slope. D it is. Yeah, because D, your slope is the smallest, 1/2. Okay, so this line is the least steep. Okay? And so it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Steepness is just how steep the line is, whether it's positive or negative. Okay? So remember this word steep. On the test, you'll need to use this word. On the assignment, you need to use this word, steep. Okay? Write the equation of the line given. So now that we know how to graph the line, can we do the opposite? Given a line, can we come up with the equation? Okay? So, well, as you guys know, all we need is the M and the B. Okay, what's our y-intercept here? 2, yeah, right here. This right here is 2. Alright. I have this other point right here, so I have to do my slope. Okay. Remember the first lesson of this chapter? We did lots of slope. We were calculating the slope. So going from the left point to the right point. So Annie is trying to find Mohini, okay, in the same building. Okay. So Annie, you're gonna go in the elevator, and then what?
Go up.
How many floors? 1, 2, 3, 4. So go up 4 floors. And then once you get out of the elevator, she's the first door to the right. So 4/1. Yeah, so she went up the elevator 4 floors. Why she get? Oh, no. She's finding you, not you finding her. All right. What's 4 divided by 1? 4. All right. So on the test or on the assignment, I don't want to see 4 divided by 1. I want to see the 4 when you're writing your equation. So what's my equation then? Now that I know I am and I know the b?
Y plus 4x plus 2.
No equal. We didn't equal.
Mine.
That's it. Good. Good job, guys. Okay. So, B. What's wrong with B? Fiction?
They aren't giving you the point.
I didn't give any points. Okay. Good job. Make your own line. How many points do you see here? Yeah, a line is made up of points. So just choose any two that you like. Which one do you think is a good point to choose? Yeah, the y-intercept. You guys are so smart. Hey, that's 1 point definitely.
The one like there.
Which one? Tell me to stop.
Go.
Good. What is this point? X-intercept. Do you have to use x and y-intercept? No. But this one, it looks like 2 nice points to use. Okay. So what is my M and what is my B? Okay. What is B right here? What is B right here? -1. Yes. This is -1. Okay, and the slope. Good job. Okay, so again, going from the left point to the right point, I have to go down the elevator, which means I go down 1. And then it's the second door to the right, so over 2. Okay. So my equation? Perfect. Good job, guys. Okay. Okay, any question on today's lesson? This is it. That's it. Today's lesson. Yeah. Well, the classwork. We have tons of time. You guys will definitely finish before the end of the period,
If we use it wisely.
which you will.
Lessons. It's 18 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Okay. And that's because yesterday we learned about rearranging equation already. So today, when we graph it, it's nice and easy. Yeah. Okay, so just this. These ones, try it. You will finish before the end of the period. And if you finish it all, then no homework. All right. Let's get working.